What's up, Soul Fam and everyone out there in the world? This is Moonology and Sagittarius, and this is going to be a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn for the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, before I get started with the reading, I do want to say that I hope all of y'all Capricorns had a good Scorpio season, and I hope all will be well for y'all during Sagittarius season as well. Now let's move on and talk about the Sun and what it represents and what it represents being in Sagittarius. So the Sun is, of course, our actions, our viewpoints, how we see the world around us, as well as correlates to our wants, and it is going to be the energies of Sagittarius, which is mutable fire, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Sagittarius itself was born out of the 9th house of higher education, wisdom, experiences, spirituality, and long-distance travel, both externally and internally. And with that being said, you, Capricorn, are cardinal Earth, which is initiating and creating new ways of thinking and being practical. And Capricorn was born out of the 10th house of business, status, and what you want to broadcast. So, moving on to the reading and pulling these cards. Let's see what you guys got going on for the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now your overall energies is the Queen of Cups, so this is a card about putting emotions towards yourself, caring for yourself, taking care of yourself, as well as taking and putting emotions towards what it is that you're working on or what you want and desire to do during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. It is also a card about keeping boundaries and only offering your emotions to those that you feel worthy of, because the Queen of Cups herself doesn't just give her cup to just anybody. She only gives her cup to those that she feels worthy of giving her cup to. So be discerning during this time where the Sun is transitioning the first half of Sagittarius. Now your first card for the Universal Sagittarius deck that you get is the Ace of Wands, which the Ace of Wands is a new spark of a passionate idea, a new beginning with this idea, since all aces themselves come with the energies of newness. So with the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands is a birthing of a new fiery idea or passionate vision for yourself. Now the second card for Universal Sagittarius deck that we get is the King of Wands, which the King of Wands is talking about taking leadership over a vision that you've envisioned for yourself, but it is also a card of warning not to be impatient with what you got going on for yourself, because the King of Wands himself will give up on what he's doing if he does not see things grow from the energy that he's putting into, if nothing's coming to fruition. So it's a card about patience, but it is a card about really being dedicated towards going after that passion, but you may want to back out of it if you don't see anything happen. So just be careful of doing so during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now your third card for the Universal Sagittarius deck that you get is the Three of Pentacles, which the Three of Pentacles is talking about working and showing your work to the world, and showing to work to those that you're around, and really broadcasting that work to your surroundings as well. With the Three of Pentacles, you have been working really hard, so keep doing so during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now your fourth card from the Universal Sagittarius deck they get is the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is talking about nostalgia, as well as past feelings, or sharing with others. So you may be sharing with what you got and emotionally caring for others during this time, or you are dealing with nostalgic feelings, so, or the past. Don't let the past get to you. Just extract what you can in the wisdom that you can from the past, but don't get attached to it and dwell upon the past during this time of the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn. So your fifth card for the Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is saying that you've already planted seeds somewhere, but you're doing your best to be patient. But it's all because the Seven of Pentacles is about being patient. So you are being patient during this time, or doing your best to. But this is a card about being patient, or wanting to be patient during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius, and not let yourself worry about the results. Just go with the flow during this time and have patience, like I said again. So with the Seven of Pentacles during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, with the sixth card for Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the King of Cups. So with the King of Cups as your sixth card from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck, this is a card about being emotionally grounded within your emotions. So, with that being said, the King of Cups himself doesn't get to where he is without having to go through hard experiences. So, with this card coming up, you have been through hard experiences in your life, and you've wanted to become emotionally grounded as time went on. So, extract the wisdom of going through those processes and do your best to remain emotionally grounded during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, your seventh card for Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is talking about taking action and communicating about what you want and desire during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. So with that being said, continue to take action on what you want and desire, especially if it's for the betterment of your well-being and your highest good during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, with the eighth card from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is talking about you being, stepping into this place of victory and feeling victorious during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. So you are feeling victorious during this time with the Sun coming in, because you are taking care of yourself emotionally, and taking care of yourself emotionally, giving your cup to those that you feel worthy of giving your cup to, and then being the right people. Could also put you in the energies of feeling victorious during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, with the ninth card from Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Five of Cups, which is also your last but not least card. So the Five of Cups is talking about you looking in the past. So you may be reminiscing about the past during this time, or maybe thinking about what was left behind, what you no longer have during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Do your best to turn this man around, symbolically speaking. Turn your thoughts around and face forward and focus on what you do have during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. So, with that being said, let's move on to clarifications and summarizing this reading up. You are emotionally taking care of yourself, like I mentioned. And you got this passionate idea that you want to put energy to, and you have this vision that you've envisioned for yourself, whether it be romantic or platonic or business-like work. It's just a vision, so whatever that means to you. And with the Three of Pentacles coming up, you are showing your work to others. You're also sharing your emotions with others, or dealing with some past traumas, or going towards the past. But with the Five of Cups, you're also missing something from the past. So you are focusing on what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But there is a sense of victory in your life during the present moment, and you are also waiting for stuff to grow into fruition from where you've planted seeds at, and you're hoping good seeds will come out of that with that instead of bad seeds as well, or bad fruit. Good fruit. You want good fruit instead of bad fruit. And you planted seeds. You don't want those bad seeds to grow into bad fruit. But in any case, you are also taking action and communicating about what you want and desire during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, moving on to said clarification, starting off with the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Swords. So you are standing in your truth, being self-aware, and giving sound advice to those that you feel worthy of. You're also being very independent during this time, and emotionally taking care of yourself and what it is that you got going on for yourself, as well as those that are close to you, and standing in that truth of yours during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius, and not letting anybody budge you from that truth during this time. Now with the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands is clarified by the High Priestess, which is Taurus energy. So you could be dealing with the Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or have Taurus in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But you are listening to intuition and utilizing your wisdom and knowledge to proceed forward during this time when it comes to this vision that you've given spark to. That vision can be anything. It's just a vision that you're giving spark to. So that could be a relationship, that could be a platonic or business or work or whatever the case may be, whatever that vision means to you. You're using your intuition during this time, and it's good to do so, and use your wisdom and knowledge during this time as well. Now with the King of Wands, the King of Wands is clarified by the Three of Cups. So with the Three of Cups coming out and it clarifying the King of Wands, you are celebrating during this time and sharing your, or you have good people around you during this time as well, and you want to celebrate when it comes to this vision that you've envisioned for yourself, and you want happy times as well, or there is happy times with the Three of Cups coming up as in general, because the Three of Cups itself means celebratory energy, and having good people around you, and or having good people around you. So with the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Cups. So you are emotionally walking away from something, right? And either temporarily or indefinitely, and you're emotionally walking away from that in order to share your work or work on something for yourself, or you're leaving something behind emotionally in general when it comes to this work you're putting into and giving energy to during the first half of the Sun touches in the sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is talking about clarity or spark of a new idea. Alright, so with that being said, you do have some clarity or spark of an idea when it comes to sharing or dealing with the past. With the Ace of Swords coming out, and this is a new idea for yourself during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius, which may help with the past or help you be in this energy of taking care of yourself. Now with the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Hangman, which is Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, or have Pisces in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are either in the stagnant energy or having a change of perspective when it comes to the seeds that you have planted and where you have been planting your seeds, with the Hangman coming up. Now with the King of Cups is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is talking about equal give and take. So you're doing your best to be emotionally grounded when it comes to this, and have this equal give and take energy with whoever you're dealing with, or in your life in general. There is some type of equal give and take going on when it comes to something you're dealing with emotionally. Now, with the seventh card from the Universal Cups Tarot deck that you get is the Three of Pentacles, not Pentacles, but Three of Swords. So you are either taking a necessary sacrifice, or feeling heartbreaking, or going through a heartbreak and taking action on this, or taking action on whatever it is that is hurting you during this time, while the Sun is transitioning the first half as Sagittarius. Alright, so there is either some type of necessary sacrifice or heartbreak that you're dealing with, or pain that you're going through during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now moving on to the 8th card, being the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, which is Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio energy. So you could be doing an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or has one of these energies in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But for you warring with the changes and warring with the cycles of life, you are stepping into the energy of victory during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now with the last card, but definitely not least, being the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is talking about you putting energy into this new project for yourself. But from this new project or new material opportunity, while you're learning or business level or work endeavor or goal aspiration, something that you've been learning along the way, you feel like you are saddened about something or dealing with emotions. Do your best to pay attention to what you do have during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius, instead of what you don't have during this time moving forward when it comes to this goal, work, business, opportunity, or accomplishment that you want to go after when it comes to material world that you've been learning along the way. Now, let's move on to the Moonology Oracle deck and see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. So your first card for Mother Moon to you through me is Full Moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. So with the Full Moon in Aries card showing up, a fiery climax is approaching for you. So you may be talking about a heartbreak or leaving something behind, or you may be entering this place of victory, and that's the fiery climax. But there is the Three of Hearts and the Eight of Cups. But just know that the Three of Hearts could be a necessary sacrifice that you're making for work. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. So whatever that case may be, if it is romantic, then apply it to your situation. But everybody's story is going to be different individually. So back to the card at hand. Full Moon in Aries, the fiery climax approaches. So for you, whatever path you're going, by you just warring with the changes and the cycles of life, you will be stepping into this energy of victory. So, but there is a climax coming up for you during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now your second card for universe, for Mother Moon herself, to you, to me, is Full Moon Eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So conclusions are within reach for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. So whatever you're dealing with, or whoever you're dealing with, or whatever it is you're wanting to happen in your life, know that conclusions are within reach for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now your third card, and last but not least, from Mother Moon to you, to me, is Full Moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So the answers you need are coming to you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. So with that being said, know that whatever happens, you'll get the answers that you need during this time, while we transition through the first half of Sagittarius. So with that being said, that'll be all for you. General reading, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn. I hope this helped. I hope this brought clarity or aided you in any way. Shout out to the whole soul family. Shout out to the Lord Pineland. Y'all take care. Y'all be blessed. Remember that you'll never be less. And like I said, take care and peace.